Hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of Comet Conversation, and this program is focused on our new Athletic Hall of Fame program, and joining us on today's show is Casey Wolf, our Athletic Director. First of all, Casey, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate having you on today's program.
Thank you for having me today, Mr. Sayers.
Well, I know there was a lot of excitement around the first Hall of Fame class that was inducted here last month, and can you tell us a little bit about that and how that went from your perspective? I know I had the opportunity to be there that night, and it was just a great event, but if you could just provide an overview for our viewers, that would be great.
Yep. Well, first of all, again, thanks for having me. And the way the Athletic Hall of Fame all came to be was when I started here 4 years ago. I talked with Dave Zavarro when I got here about some different things, and I know Athletic Hall of Fames are a big thing that go on in high school athletics. And I asked, what do I have to do for an Athletic Hall of Fame here in terms of where are we at in that process? And he's like, we don't have one. And I said, okay. So 4 years ago in my mind, I thought this community is very proud about everything, including their athletics, and I felt the need to get that started. So it took a couple of years, but we finally got it started, and we started meeting last April with our committee of 14 people, and got the application process going. July 31st, we had a barrage of applications that came in, and the subcommittee sorted through those, and we took a group to the overall committee to vote on, and we came up with 7 individuals and one team to go in the first Athletic Hall of Fame, which again was on February 11th is when we inducted them in.
And we had about 200 people in attendance at that event, I think it was, correct?
Correct, yeah. No, it's one of those events you don't know. You don't know how many people are going to show up for the first one. You want everything to go as you would expect, and it actually overexceeded my expectations. And I agree, it was a really neat night. It was great seeing all the former athletes get to interact with each other. And it was we also included our current athletes in the event as well. We recognized all of our student athletes who reached the state level last year. So it was kind of neat to see the past and the present all come together in one night in one room and be able to intermingle and talk to each other.
Well, that's what I was so impressed with, that there was just a tremendous sense of tradition and pride and excitement around Amherst Steel athletics. And it was just neat to be a part of that event, and I want to thank you for your work in organizing that event and that program. And this is actually coordinated through our Athletic Booster Club, is that correct?
Correct, yeah. It's a function of our Athletic Booster Club, and they have their own account underneath that. And we do have the president of the Booster Club and the treasurer of the Booster Club are both involved as part of the committee. So it is a function of that group, and again, it's a great way to connect the past and the present together.
Well, in thinking about the future, because I know there are many, some of our viewers are probably thinking in their minds right now about the many deserving athletes who could be nominated for the Hall of Fame. How do people go about nominating someone for the Athletic Hall of Fame? Well,
on the school district webpage, there is a Hall of Fame area on there where you can download the application to nominate someone to be a member of the Hall of Fame. When in doubt, if you can't find it on there, feel free to give me a call here at the school or shoot me an email, and I'd be glad to email an application out to you. That was kind of the common theme when we put the first class together was, well, where is so-and-so, or where is so-and-so? Well, so-and-so needs to be nominated and for us to consider them. And there were, that's the great part of getting this started, was the conversation that has happened since the class was announced and since we've had this Hall of Fame. And there's a lot of motivated people out there to get many of the past athletes here from Steele High School and Amherst High School in general, because it is an Amherst Athletic Hall of Fame, because it always hasn't always been Steele High School. As a matter of fact, Jack Moskal went in our first class, and he and I met a couple times prior to, and he talked about how he went to Central School, is where he went. So really, it's not all inclusive just to Steele. It's really an Amherst Athletic Hall of Fame, so that we can include, those student athletes who were, competing for us prior to Steele High School being here as we are now.
Well, thank you again, and we certainly look forward to next year's event as well. And keep us posted. And it's a great event, and not just a good event for our schools, but for the community in general. I want to say thank you again for your work.
Well, thank you very much for the time today, and I look forward to next year.
Okay. Thank you again, and thank you to you, our viewing audience. And as always, if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to give me a call at the board office or send me an email, and I would be happy to talk with you. And as always, thanks so much for your support, and go Comets.